So we've got the CharCart by Whitlocks, and I got a little fire started in there right now, and there's an ember down below too, but this is just scrap from the woodshed that we're using to kind of start it and fuel it for now. And we'll find some like more substantial pieces like more of this later, but the concept is that you can kind of take whatever wood you have, whether it be little pieces of scrap wood, or if you want to chop up firewood and do this as well, you can. It'll take pretty much whatever kind of wood, and you can make charcoal out of it. So we're going to come back in a little bit and upset this by grabbing the handle and just lifting it up, and we'll have a nice hot fire bed to start feeding it and just fill it up to make charcoal with. And here we are about 30 minutes later. I'm going to tip it up to upset it, and then we're going to go feed it with some more sticks. And here's what we're going to make the charcoal out of for today. Mostly this small stuff. There is some larger pieces that we'll use, but this is what we make charcoal out of. Alright, so I filled it up with kind of whatever I got out of that pile. Just random pieces of wood. There's thick stuff. You know, we've got that size all the way down to little stuff. And then the only thing you do next, you tip it over. And now you come back, and we're going to make sure it's away from burnables because some of the stuff will fall. But you come back, and it's, you know, you could also just put in sticks that only come up to the top. I'm just trying to grab whatever I have to illustrate the point. And you come back and tip it up again and fill it up again, and you just keep doing that till you're full, and then you cap it off. So we'll come back in another 30 minutes and tend to it again. Yeah, here we are another 30 minutes later, and as you can see, all the small stuff for the most part is burned off, and there's a nice charcoal bed forming. This is the messy and not as efficient way to make it because I don't have the time today to like mind it 100% of the time, but I'm gonna tip it up again. See, tip it up again, knock it down, and then I'll just pick up things off the ground and throw them in, and then pick up some more and just put it in there, and I'll come back in another 30 minutes and do it again and again until the bucket's full. And I like to tip it up like this while I load it, and then when we're ready again, we just, there we go, and then it's loaded back up, and we'll come and check on it again later. Alright, so we've reached the point where it's mostly full of charcoal now. See if we can get a little glimpse in there. It's a really good charcoal bed. It's very hot. I'm missing some hairs. But now it's at the point where I pile it up and I come and shake it down. This is a few hours later, and right now I'm just piling up and shaking it down, and then I'll let it burn for a while more and pile it up again. And when it gets inconvenient to add more wood and pile it up, then I will put a tight-fitting lid on it and we'll be done. So I'll probably update this again in a few hours, and we'll see how it's going. Okay, it's about what I want. If I keep stacking more, I can, but that's all I need, so. See if I can do this one-handed without getting burned. Okay, tap it down, and this is totally unnecessary, but I've got one of these locking rings. I can just lock it down. Some people just put a weight on top of it or do nothing at all, but I'm going to attach that, and then that's the batch. Turns out the ring doesn't quite work with this barrel combo, but that's okay. I found a medium weight chunk to just drop on top of it. It's pretty sealed off around the edges, so now we'll just let it cook down for a bit and see what it looks like later. Okay, here we are next day, and I already uncapped it just to like look at it and get an idea, but there's my bin of charcoal. Even the big stuff that I put in, you know, there's probably some to pick through. Usually in this bigger stuff, yeah, like this one, there's still some brown left, but you know, throw it in the next batch. But for the most part, yeah, let me break this apart. And it's mostly just good charcoal ready to go. Useful for forging, or in my case, heat treating. And I've got some forging to do to learn. But yeah, you know, some reworking to do on a few of these giant chunks. But personally, I'm willing to just accept that and use it pretty much as it is. And the majority of the big chunks It's good charcoal. So yeah, that's how I make charcoal for using in the shop. And it uses our CharCart that we sell, but you could just use a 55-gallon drum. But the CharCart makes everything easy. And you get a convenient, easy to wheel around contraption to strap your bucket to.